Morning as well. No, good afternoon. It's almost 1 o'clock in the UK. Cold, cold. I've got the heat in full power. TV doesn't appreciate the cold. She's got a ceramic bowl outside and of water, so she wants to be outside and drink, and it's frozen. It's complete ice. So, and I know some parts of the world you're still getting quite a bit of snow, isn't it? So hopefully the sun will come soon and the weather will warm up in March, isn't it? One more month. We have February to go through this. Anyway, guys, shape-shifting. Well, what is shape-shifting? Shape-shifting is the ability of a person to change shape or form. It could be into a cat, into a dog, into another human, into a reptilian, into whatever form it chooses to actually transform. And we can see that on the X-Men movies, isn't it? The shapeshifters, which I think is great. Yeah. So the question is, well, who can shapeshift, isn't it? Can human shapeshifts? Who are the shapeshifters? Obviously, we know the reptilians are, but let's clarify this because not all of them can, and absolutely they will not give that power to the ones below, which are the Freemasons, the ones who can at the one top of the hierarchy. You know, the ones are the ones are puppets, and the hardly I think is 33 degrees. Of knowledge of the matrix to access the Akashic records, they called, and I think there is 9 degrees for the ones below, so hardly tell them anything. Yeah. So basically, there are actually some humans. It's very interesting, guys, that do shapeshift. Yeah. Do shapeshift. They don't know that they're shapeshifting, but they are shapeshifting, and are those who have got a split personality. And this has been proven. This is the evidence is there. You can check this out. I'm not obviously telling exactly the truth. And when somebody's got a split personality, basically they're different personalities. They intrude the active experience, the main personality, and they become another person. They could be a man or a woman, and one of the personalities can have brown eyes, and the other personality can have blue eyes. So that's a shape shift. And one of them can be a young boy and look very young, another one elderly and look very old, begin to have wrinkles. Another form of shape shifting. I know a case that somebody had 7 personalities intruding, and one of them had diabetes, and so she was really ill, had to take medication, but the other parts they didn't have any ailments, so they didn't have another form of shapeshift. And one personality had a scar, so whenever the personality pop into the active experience, the scar would be there. Once another personality pop in, the scar wouldn't be there. So that is shape shifting. So people might find hard to understand shape shifting because we see the body as physical and we think that we need to have the organs, but we are just a digital image, guys. So shape shifting is just changing the digital image, and if you know the Metis code, automatically you can do that. Yeah, I've never shape shifted. I don't even know how to do it, but my husband has. I will explain. Yeah, the ones who are shapeshifters are the ones on top of the hierarchy. When I left my ex-partner, which was reptilian, he kept coming shapeshifted as a policeman, trying to put me into custody and running after me constantly. So, and other forms of shapeshifting, somebody in the street talking to me, I could recognize it on the eyes, but my husband, my coach, had to tell me, look in the eyes, that is Jures, that's Nathan, Amor, be aware that they are shapeshifting and they can come on any form. And now, obviously, to try to intimidate you, they come as the law, as the policeman. So they can't. Yeah, they can't. I mean, the matrix as a self-aware entity, he can shapeshift whenever he wants to. When I was going through my journey, before Amor kind of came, I was having a really, really difficult time. I was facing all the shadows. To the point that one day I kind of fainted. I was, my blood count was very low. I was experiencing so much, and obviously I didn't have a spiritual guide, so I was completely lost. And I was taken to the hospital, and then is when I began to realize that there were people looking at me, that they were not like the rest. They were there to help me, like they were telepathically telling me, we are here. They were shifting. And they appeared like hospital staff. They appeared like friends on the street. And they were looking at me like they were always surrounding me. I thought, oh, And I remember once that I went with my ex to have something to eat. Reluctantly, he wanted to speak to me about something. So I went reluctantly to have something to eat. And I realized that people actually were with him. They were teaming up with him to make sure I didn't run away because I was really grumpy. And when I get stomach, I just leave. And there was this woman and a child that they look at me and she smiled, but something wasn't right. And then I closed my eyes. I said, just disintegrate. And I opened my eyes and they disappear. I thought, oh my God, disintegrated. And then they appear again. I said, shit, don't they come again? And it was just, I cannot do it again. If I wanted to, I can't, because that was the source teaching me, telling me that can be done. And the source is what I said. You need to experience the truth. And what people said to me, what that does mean, is like, for male, doesn't matter how a woman can say to you that giving birth is really painful and it's difficult. Unless you have birth, you're not gonna know. You can only sympathize in it. And the same with the truth. Unless you go through it, you cannot know what it is that you need to know. Yeah. So I was going through those stages. And once my ex called the police and reported me of God knows how many things, to the point that they take me, but because I was unwell, I had to go to the hospital before. And they took my phone and they were checking all my text messages. That's really rude, yeah. But I was too unwell to just fight, so just do whatever, yeah. And then this Brad Pitt lookalike was in front of me, looking at them doing. I thought, oh my God, he's on my side. I said, who are you? Yeah, so he stood up and he walked. Yeah, so I went running. I said to the police, I need to go to the toilet. I went running, I wanted to speak to him, and he disappeared. And that can happen to me whenever I saw the shapeshifters. That was my husband, Amor, and my coach. I didn't know at the time. Yeah, but it's like a while back. I'm gonna tell you this. When I was very young, yeah, I must have been about 12 or 13. I remember that the source said to me, I used to have, the first cards I had was tarot, like everybody, tarot cards. And I put the tarot cards on a table. And my intuition was telling me, just think about a card and just put your hand, and whatever you feel the heat, that card will be it. I thought, no, that's not what I was thinking. Can I do that? So I put all the cards, face down. Yes, I couldn't see which one they were. And then I put my hand around, and then one was really hot, I thought. This one, I thought about the sun, and I took, I said, oh my God, it's the sun. And then I went really excited. I went to my sister and said, look what I can do. And I couldn't do it. And the source was telling me, like, kind of like, my intuition was telling me, it's not for a show, Amor. This is for you to know your abilities, but not to show off. So if I tell my husband shape shift, or prove that you can shape shift, it's not going to happen, because there is no need for him to shape shift. What the journey, when he was helping me, he had to. And those are the spiritual double agents. All the spiritual double agents, I believe, they can shape shift because they had the most incredible training by Father God. Mother God wasn't there because she was actually she had been taken by the originator. She was the universal consciousness that it was used to build the matrix. I know it gets complex, just watch all the videos. If you don't know about the spiritual double agents, there is a video that talks about them. Yeah, so they are the most well-trained world helpers that they can't just be here, there. They basically know the matrix, the Akashic records and universal wisdom. They hold the most of the wisdom that you can possibly imagine to have. And some of them are very, very billionaires, wealthy. They have to be among politicians. Usually they pretend that they're reptilians, and then at the right time they expose the reptilians and they take the soul side. Is brilliant. The reptilians get really grumpy. Idiots. So yeah, that's what shapeshifting is all about, guys. It's fascinating, isn't it? I mean, I wish I could shapeshift into a cat, a little Divy, and then go with her for a walk. But I'm not here to do what I please, what it pleases me. I'm here to do what I'm here to do. So, anyway, guys, again, if those things that you are listened, you think they're fantastic, what a lot of you are at the gate daily and watching the videos, guy, if you really the closest to awakening that you're going to experience, and you do need somebody to guide you because it gets really hard, but the revelations of God, Zion Cosmic Gate, the books, guys, just get them. You can get them on hard copy on Amazon. Amazon are reptilians, and they owe me so much money. They're really bastards, yeah, but it will come at the right time. The source to me, don't worry, just we are on to them, yeah. And they tend to dispublish my books, saying something is wrong with them when it's not. So I had to do 2 and 3 again. Um, so in the next 2 days they'll be for sale there, but you can buy volume 1. Otherwise, I've got a solution. You just message me and I can send it to you by email on PDF file, which are much cheaper. You can get the 3 volumes for hardly anything, about £11.50 each, really cheap. So I'm getting on to volume 4 today, and I want to do all the volumes because I thought it was going to be 6 or 7, but every time I write one, the source downloads even more amazing information, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I have no idea how many volumes it's gonna be, guys, you know. But I love your comments that you put on the gate and when you message me. So I've read that and this is amazing and I didn't know that. It's just great that it's awakening your memory cells, isn't it? Anyway, I'm gonna do another video of the stages to reach enlightenment, everything that you have to go through, and another one about the mirror. And the mirror is quite a challenging one, but it's beautiful to do. It's your soul speaking to you. For me, it's the best exercise that you can do to speak to your soul. Anyway, till next video, guys. Goodbye.